Hello everyone, it is now Monday, so our fruit has had a chance to sit in the incubator over the weekend. So I'm going to be taking a look at that and giving some rankings to it. I'm having to film this by myself, so just bear with me here. As I said, I left our fungus in the incubator with all the fruit, and we were able to get some penicillin growing, and I'm not going to touch that because I'm allergic to penicillin. But with our rhizopus, it definitely just kind of went to town here. Whole bunch of fruiting bodies. I'll take a little slice of this and put it under the dissecting scope for you guys to see. So I'm just going to be giving our fruit and vegetables just these rankings, this 0 being no disease and 3 being severe disease. So we'll start out with the strawberries. So as you can see in the back, we have our controls, so those were just sitting out. They did not get inoculated, but these ones up front did get inoculated. So as you can see, they look like they melted. So the fungus really overtook them, and they definitely, you would not want to eat those. So for this just visual ranking, I'm going to give them a severe disease. So I'm going to give them a 3. And then for hardiness, let's see here, just gonna poke this, and it is definitely squishy, so that does not have any structure whatsoever to it. So I'm gonna give that a 3 also. Then I went ahead and smelled these beforehand, and just kind of judging on what they look like, they actually didn't smell that bad. They just smelled like really ripe strawberries, so I'm just gonna give that a 1 for the slight. All right, so now I'm gonna move on to the cucumber. So this one doesn't look too bad from the control being in the back, and then the one up here that we inoculated. We inoculated it in 2 different spots here. So you can see the amount of damage to this guy. So since it did not, the fungus did not cover the whole entire vegetable, I'm gonna give that a 2 for moderate. And then for hardiness, I'm just gonna poke this in a couple of places. So that's still really rigid, but where the fungus is, that's really squishy. So I'm gonna give that a moderate also. And then for smell, that one actually doesn't smell too bad, so I'm just gonna give that a 0. Okay, so now moving on to the oranges. So we have our control in the back here, and then these are the 2 that we inoculated. We just inoculated them in one spot there, so you can kind of see the fungus growing around the punch that we made in there. So these really don't look that bad. So I'm gonna give that a 1 for slight disease. Oh, I guess I should have poked them too. So these still feel pretty much like they should. That's just a little spongy there, so I'm gonna give that another 1. And again, those don't really smell that bad, so I'm gonna give them a 0. The strawberries were the only one that I actually smelled something from. Okay, so now for the last one, our tomatoes. So again, control in the back, inoculated up here. So this one so there it is. This one doesn't look too bad, but I think the juice from these 2 just kind of moved over, so that's what you're seeing here with all that fungus kind of creeping over. So just visually, these don't look too bad. I would give it just a moderate score. And I'm gonna go ahead and poke these while I'm over here. Those are definitely spongy. That one's pretty squishy too on the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 2. And then I'll give it a 2 for this also. And then 0 on the smell. So tallying these up, it's gonna look like our strawberry is gonna be the most affected, with that overall rank being a 7. I'll just do these 4, 2, and 4. So the one that was least affected was the orange, and then cucumber and tomato were just kind of somewhere in the middle. All right, so I hope that was cool, and I'll go ahead and get a picture of that underneath the dissecting scope so you can see the fruiting bodies. Otherwise, I will see you in class.